All right. Happy Monday to everybody. Thank you so much for coming. Tonight's story might be a little bit longer than they have been in the past couple of months. What's going on here? All right. So, just so I don't ruin the end of the story, I'm going to use just partial names. So, some of you, this will be all new to, anyways. So, in the mid 60s, teenager named Tony, guitar player in England, um, got his first chance to play in a rock and roll band that was going to go on tour. He was going to finally be a working, touring musician, which is what he wanted to do for years and years and years, practicing guitar every day. Um, and he was going to his last day on his job where he worked at a factory, and then he had already told them he was quitting what was like Friday, and he was going to go on tour the next day with his this band that had hired him. And while he was in the factory, they just for the last day they had to change his job a little bit. He was working with this power press, and he pushed the metal into the press, and it chopped off the tips of his fingers, two of them, which is more than enough. And they rushed him to the hospital. And when he came to, he was very depressed because without the tips of his fingers, he was not going to be able to be going on that tour to play music. And he was pretty much in that moment thinking that his whole life was over, because a lot of times we don't have perspective in the moment. The foreman or the boss from his factory came to see him and told him about a guitar player named Django Reinhardt, who was a gypsy jazz guitar player who only had two fingers. He had had the other fingers destroyed in a fire. And in the moment, it didn't really lift his spirits, but it gave him an idea about not giving up on his dreams, or not giving up on his life's ambition because of this accident, which is, seemingly largely tragic, a guitar player losing the tips of his fingers. Of course, he didn't go on the tour, but eventually he went home and he tried to turn the guitar the other way to play it, and it was taking too long for him to kind of get that together. So for whatever reason, he decided to take a piece of plastic from the top of a bottle and melt it with a lighter and make himself little tips to try to go on his finger. And then it took him a long time, and then he put little pieces of leather so it wouldn't be so slippery, and it still hurt. So he tuned his guitar lower, so it was like a lower sound, so that the strings would be more slack. And then he got these really the thinnest strings he could ever get, but the sound was kind of like really weak, and he wanted like this tough sound. So he got a bass amp and put his guitar into the bass amp and turned everything all the way up. And then he started getting this different sound, and he was playing like in a different way because he couldn't like really feel the tips of his fingers. And his name was Tony Iommi, and he formed the band Black Sabbath, and he invented the music called heavy metal, and will probably be remembered for this, well, at least way beyond my life. And all of this came because his tragic event of losing his fingers and then not giving up and still moving forward. And I really love that story and find it quite inspiring. And I hope that you do too. Thank you for coming. We will stay seated today, and then we'll get up to getting up. But for now, sit however you can sit comfortably. I don't think I need glasses for this next part. We're going to do some of our easy opening postures. You want to turn your feet in. You don't have to cross your legs like mine are crossed. I'll do it like this too. I'll go back a little further. Just the feet turned in, sitting up really tall. Put the hands on the knees. Imagine a light sticking out of your head on the top, but that light is coming from your tailbone all the way through your spine to the crown of your head, to the ceiling. And we're going to keep that spine straight as it's an important part of that light. And we're going to draw a circle on the ceiling, one direction at first. And doing this simple move will give us opportunity to focus on our breath. So we're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Very deliberate, really focusing on slow, long, deliberate breathing, both directions in and out through the nose. Those of you that want to can restrict the throat and the larynx. And then let's reverse the circle, opposite direction, please. Just moving here, breathing. Just a little more. I was going to wear my Black Sabbath shirt. I had it on, but it's kind of too big and bulky for tonight. Just a little more here. We're going to do a few of these seated poses, some of my favorite ones. Good. Back to center. Let's put the right hand down. We want the fingers pointing away. We want the right arm remaining straight. Left palm faces the ceiling. Then bring it up and over. Nice angle there, like all the way down the side, like almost like you're trying to use your fingers to lift the left hip off the ground. We're going to look along the elbow and breathe, looking at the ceiling. Good. Let's go on over to the other side. Left hand down, fingers pointing away. Right palm initially faces the ceiling, then it comes up and over, so it really technically faces the hand that is on the mat here. And we look up along the elbow to the ceiling and breathe. Good. We're going to come to center. We're going to do a twist that I do here a lot, but we're going to start with it being dynamic. That means moving. So we can put the hands on the elbows. You could also bring them out or way out. Way out's a lot of leverage. And we're going to turn to one side, take a breath in, and then we're going to go to the other side and put the breath out. And then we're going to do that over and over. And I want you to become aware if one side is a little more resistant to your twist. When you find, if you don't find a side, don't worry about it, but most of us will find a side. When you find that side, please put the out breath on that side. We're going to keep doing this. Again, you do have the option with the arms all the way out. The leverage, you really can notice the leverage like that. I'm just keeping mine up for tonight. Out breath on the resistance side. Let's go about 20 more seconds. All right, let's shake the hands out a little bit, because even having my arms up there for that long, it was a little bit intense for me. I'm going to admit that. Reach the right arm straight up. Hello. Bring the right arm down the spine. Push the head against the arm. Take the left hand, either grab the elbow or come all the way around the back, grabbing the hands together. Keep your head so that your face is facing straight forward. And we're going to take several breaths here. And let's switch left arm up, down the spine, You see the elbows right here at the top, trying to point straight up. Opposite hand grabs the elbow. Head pushes against the arm, breathing, sitting up real tall. Trying to look straight forward. Even trying to pull into the core a little bit so we're getting tall all the time. All right. However is comfortable for you, let's stand. We are going to take one foot and step it over the other. We'll do both, so don't worry about which one. We're going to hang forward, letting everything drop. Now, if you're extremely flexible, you may just want to touch the mat. But I am not extremely flexible, so I'm just going to let my hands hang. And since I have this with the hands hanging, maybe my lack of flexibility is being helpful, because then I can circle in the arms and kind of get my shoulders activated and let the head drop down. Sometimes my head doesn't drop down because I'm trying to project my voice forward to the computer device. Good, so go ahead and switch the feet, so step on over to whatever the other side is for you. And again, if you're real flexible, maybe just touch the mat. And if you're not, and you have the ability to pendulum the arms on this one, go ahead and pendulum the arms. All right, hold the core tight and let's stand. We're going to bring the feet together in a position that we're going to come to repeatedly. Big toes touching, ankles a little bit apart. So I like to have my ankles just about 1.5 fingers apart. So 2 fingers is really tight for me. Even 1 finger is okay. But you want that spacing, especially when we do the second set of the Surya Namaskara, because it actually does affect the hips, strangely enough. They say it's all connected. I'm going to go ahead and believe that. So big toes together, ankles a little bit apart. I like thumbs out. It's good for the shoulders. Palms in is also okay if you prefer that. We're going to breathe in as we reach up and look up. We're going to breathe out as we forward fold, bringing the fingers super low. Low as they get, we'll keep them down. We'll look up, flat back through the eyeballs. Forward fold on the out breath. All the way back up, reaching out and up. Bring the hands together, look up, and they're down through the heart center as we look forward. Breath in, back up. Breath out, forward fold, fingers low. And we look up. And we forward fold, all the way back up, reaching out and up. Down again through the heart center. Push into the earth, circle back up on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding, again, fingers low. And we look up, and we forward fold, all the way back up, reaching out and up. Down again through the heart center. We're breathing in on the reach up. We're breathing out on the forward fold. We're looking up, lengthening the flat back through the nose. Forward fold, out breath. Up again, let's do a couple more. Down through the heart. Push into the earth. Circle back up on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding. Again, fingers low. We look up. And we forward fold. All the way back up, reaching out and up. Down again through the heart. We push into the earth. We circle back up on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding. Again, fingers low. We look up, and from here, we'll step back to the top of a push-up. Shoulders over wrists, middle finger straight forward, belly and legs clenching. We're going to take a breath in. On the out breath, lower down, up dog, rolling forward, legs tight, and down dog, tucking the toes. Good. Look at the navel or knees, and we're going to bend the right leg and push the opposite heel, or whichever one moves first, watching the knees move. On the first one, well, you could jump, but I'm going to walk to the top of the mat, feet back together, fingers low. We look up, we forward fold. Let's come on back up, reaching out and up. Down again through the heart center. We're going to push into the earth. We're going to circle back up on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding. Again, fingers low. We look up. We step back, the top of push-up. We lower down. Up dog, legs tight. And down dog. You could stay still on this down dog, or you could come up on the toes, on the in-breath, down with the heels on the out-breath. Keep breathing. All right, step or jump, top of the mat. We look up, we forward fold. One more, all the way back up, reaching out and up. Down again through the heart center. Up on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding. Again, fingers low. We look up, we step back, top of push-up. Lower down, up dog, and down dog, and nice. We're going to stay in down dog for several breaths. Please remember you are welcome to rest anytime you like. All right, hop on up, top of the mat. We look up, we forward fold. Let's intertwine all the fingers and come on up, turn the palms to the ceiling. Let's take the feet apart, distance of the hips or shoulders, and we're going to lean over to the right. And we're going to lean over to the left. We're going to come back to center, push everything out. Thoughts away, everything out. Don't move the hips too much, and turn and look to the right. And come on all the way over to the other side, please. Good. Back to center. Feet back together, top of the mat, big toes touching, ankles apart. We're going to let the knees fall together as you sit in chair, reaching straight up, bending the legs. Again, we're coming up and over, forward folding, fingers low. We're going to look up. We're stepping back, top of push-up, lower or drop, up dog, and down dog. Warrior one on the right, right foot steps, left foot turns out. You want to be heel to heel aligned as best you can, which is why I step to the outside of the center line. Arms up. We're going to reach the left arm forward, turning the left shoulder in so that the rib cage is facing straight to the front of the mat. Excellent. Touch the ceiling. And again, hands back down, step back, lower down, up dog, down dog, and left side steps, right foot turns out, heel to heel or wider. Arms up, knee over ankle or less. A little bit of a bend at least. Reach the right arm forward. Shifting the shoulder forward, breathing in the nose. Great. Touch the ceiling. And again, hands back down, step back. Lower down, up dog, and down dog. And great. Stay here, breathing, looking at the navel. Resting if you like. All right, walk or jump, top of the mat. We look up, forward fold, feet and knees together, sitting in chair, standing, arms all the way down. Let's do a couple more at least. Sit in chair. Good. All the way up, over, forward fold. We look up, we step back, top of push-up, lower down, up dog, down dog. Warrior one on the right, right foot steps, left foot turns out, arms back up, hands together in prayer above the head, if possible, looking up. Good, hands back down, step back, lower down, up dog, down dog, and left side, right foot turns out, hands back up, looking up. All right, hands down again, step back, lower down, up dog, and down dog, and nice, we'll stay here. All right, hop on up, top of the mat. We look up, we forward fold, feet and knees together, sitting in chair, standing, arms all the way down. Okay, let's do one more. Sit in chair. Good. All the way up, over, forward fold. We look up, we step back again, top push-up, lower down, up dog, and down dog. Right side again, warrior one, right foot steps, arms up. Good, stay up, fists forward, fingers down, wrists bending with the fingers down. We're gonna stay here breathing. Let me get up front so you can see that. Good. Turn the palms to face each other and then open all the way up and maybe look up. Turn the palms to face the ceiling, bring the hands together above your head, look up and maybe arch back. Very nice. Hands back down, step back. We lower down again, up dog, down dog, and left side stepping, right foot turns out. Arms up initially. And then yes, just like before, fists forward, shoulders down, fingers down. Tight core, breathing in the nose. Turn the palms to face, open up, maybe look up. Turn the palms to face the ceiling, hands together above the head, looking up, maybe arching back. Very nice. Hands down again, step back. Top of push-up, lower down, up dog, third eye, and down dog. Good, we'll stay here. We're gonna take a long breathing here. All right, walk or jump, top of the mat, feet together, fingers low. We look up, forward fold, feet and knees together. Let's sit in chair, and we're gonna stay in chair for a few breaths or more. Good, let's stand, take the feet apart, distance of the hips or shoulders. You can grab prayer or elbows. And we are gonna hang forward, Letting the head and spine drop down. Those of you that want to bounce are welcome to. Good. All the way up, touch the ceiling with the peace fingers, index and middle, scissors. Come on down. We're coming underneath the big toe, thumbs touching on the inside, palms facing in towards each other, top of the head down, elbows out and away. Good. Back up, touch the ceiling on the in-breath. Breathing out, we're coming back down, hands underneath feet from the front, toes touching the crease in the wrist. Pull up on the feet a little bit, lengthen the head down. It's okay if the legs are bent. Bend the legs if you like. Good. Let go. Stand. Top of the mat. Feet back together again. Let's just take a moment here. Breathe. Hold the core. Shoulders back and down. Getting tall to the crown of your head. All right. Standing series. Let's sit in chair. Good. Up over. We're going to forward fold again. Fingers low. Look up. Flat back through the eyeballs. We step back. Top of push-up. We lower down, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Right side, warrior two, right foot steps, left foot turns out, heel to heel align, arms out, over the heels, over the feet, over the legs, and we breathe and look at the fingers in front of us. Tight core, light shoulders. Straight the leg in the front. I'm going to micro shorten the stance and then reach out, triangle, right hand down, left arm up. You can keep the hand on the shin. You want to see the foot right underneath your nose if you look down. Traditionally, we look up to the reaching hand, but looking down is a good check-in. You can have palms facing out and away. You can grab the big toe if you can still remain stacked flat as if you're between the panes of glass. Both hands on the shin for a moment. We're going to shorten the stance a few inches. Keep the left hand down. Grip the mat in the front with your big toe. And then right arm up. You could take the back of the hand outside of the leg. Lengthen the tail to the crown of your head. Just a moment with this one. And great. Hands back down. Stepping back. Lower down. Up dog. Down dog. Let's do left foot warrior two. Coming all the way out again. Breathing, holding the core so the back is not arching. Light shoulders. Straight the leg in the front. We're going to reach out a bit. Triangle on the other side now. Left hand down, right arm up, maybe looking up. And both hands on the shin. Let's shorten the stance a couple of inches. Grip the mat with the big toe in the front. Put the back of the hand outside of the leg. Left arm up, lengthening tail to the crown of the head. Great. Hands back down, step back, lower down, up dog, and down dog. And we stay here as if it's a rest, and you're welcome to rest. Breathing, looking at the knees and the navel. All right, step or jump, top of the mat. We look up, we forward fold, feet and knees together, sitting in chair. And standing, excellent. Let's give it a moment. Let's scan the body. Feel the feet, the calves, the knees, the hips, the shoulders, the fingers, the head. All right, second half of the standing series. Sitting chair again. Good. Come on all the way up, over, forward folding. We look up. We step back, top of push-up. We lower down, up dog, down dog. Right side again, warrior two, right foot steps. Back up to warrior two. We'll hold it for a couple breaths. Take the center of your right forearm and place it out on the knee in a tiny bit. You can make a fist or splay the fingers. Left arm comes up and over. We'll look to the ceiling. You could put the right hand down if you like. Breathe, please. Back to warrior two. You can keep the back foot flat if you like. You can come to the ball of the foot. We're swinging the left arm all the way through, coming into the twist, hands in prayer pulling towards the chest. You could put the left knee down. We're going to breathe here. Good. Hands back down, step back, top of push-up. We lower down, up dog, down dog. Let's do left side stepping, right foot turns out, arms out again over the legs. We'll take a couple of breaths here. Good. Center of the left forearm on the leg, right arm up and over. Those of you that want to put the left hand down are welcome to. Good. Back to warrior two. You can keep the back foot flat and come to the ball of the foot. Swing the right arm outside of the left leg. Don't move the leg. Hands in prayer, fingers to the face. Lengthen the tail of the crown of the head. You're welcome to put the right knee down. We'll breathe here. Great. Hands back down again. Step back, top of push-up. We lower down. Up dog. Down dog. Good. And step whichever foot you want. We're going to come into horse with the toes splayed out, the knees opening up. We're going to hold the ceiling. We're going to breathe here, shoulders over hips, staring straight forward, breathing in the nose. A little longer if you can. All right, let's straighten those legs. Turn the toes to run straight forward. We're going to breathe in and reach straight up. And then you'll see that the hands will come right down under the shoulders if you let them. And that's where they go. Bring the top of your head down. Maybe bring the palms down. We're going to breathe here. Good. Back up. Reach to the ends of your fingers. And then bring the hands behind the tail, intertwine. You can push the palms together if you like. We're going to look up for a moment. And then we forward fold again. Try to be light in your toes. You can lift them. And back up, please. Touch the ceiling on the in-breath. On the out-breath, we forward fold again. You grab the shins, the ankles, or if the legs remain straight and you can get a hold of your big toes with the peace fingers, pull the elbows away from your ears, bring the top of your head towards down. Stay down low, both hands over to the right, left shoulder rotates under and through. And over to the other side, please. Good. Back up. Let's bring the feet back together. We're going to stand on the left foot. Find a real stable surface. Some people like to leave the mat as it's like, because the mat is a little squishy and balancing can be made a little more difficult on the mat. You could go onto the bare floor. I think I'll do that today. Hands to the heart. And we're going to lift the right leg up, trying to make the body parallel to the earth with trying to make a straight standing leg. That can be difficult. Do your best. We're going to breathe here in Warrior 3. Those of you that like Ardha Chandrasana, left hand down, right arm up, lengthen the tail to the crown of the head. And then let's just stand, step it out. No twist today. All right, standing on the right, hands to the heart again. You can bring arms out if that's better for you. Left foot up. Warrior 3 on the other side. Right hand down, left arm up, like we did on the other side, Ardha Chandrasana. All right, please stand again and step it out. So standing on the left foot, we're going to do tree. We're going to get the right foot and grab it and pull it up high and lock it, hands to the heart. If it won't lock, again, you can always put it out in front. I'm going to lock tonight. You could also reach the arms up into the sky. We're going to breathe here. Excellent. Step it out. Let's get the other side. Standing on the right, we lift the left. Hands to the heart or up. You could put the leg out in front if you prefer. Breathing in the nose, standing tall. Even here, you can pull that core in. Good, let it down, step it out. Let's stand on the left foot again. And we want the foot pointing straight forward. I see a lot of people turn that out because it is a little more stable like that, but we want to try to keep it straight forward. We're going to lift the right knee up with the leg running straight forward and the foot that's now not on the ground. Right hand grabs the knee, left hand on the hip here. You're welcome to take the peace fingers, grab that foot and extend the leg straight out. You're welcome to just stay holding the knee. We're going to stand up tall and breathe. Keep a hold of the knee, open that right leg out to the right, and take a look out to the left. Back to center, leg out on its own, please, just for a couple of breaths tonight. Good, let it down, step it out. Let's do the other side. Right foot straight forward like the nose. Left leg up, also foot and knee straight forward. Grab the knee, other hand on the hip, or extend the leg out if you like. And let's open that leg out to the left as we look to the right. Back to center, leg out on its own. Standing up straight and tall. Don't lean back, just try to keep that leg up. Good, let it down, step it out, and then we're going back to the top of the mat. Feet together, big toes touching, ankles not. We're gonna vinyasa on our way to pigeon, so sit in chair again. Great, up, over, forward folding, fingers low. We look up, we step back, top of push-up again. We lower down, up dog, down dog, and then we'll hold the right foot up. Just for a moment tonight. You can bend that leg, opening the hip up, and then we're gonna throw that shin top of the mat. We're gonna scooch the left leg a little further back. We're gonna look up through the third eye, and then we're gonna come down, or you can just stay on the hands if it's enough for you, or forearms. I like to intertwine the fingers. I put my forehead there sometimes. You can lengthen all the way out and lay down flat as well. Whatever works for you. I wouldn't go crazy with it. Let's just breathe and get a little bit. All right, let's vinyasa to the other side. So hands down, we're gonna step back again. We're gonna lower down, up dog, down dog, and left foot up. You can bend that leg, opening the hip up. Keep the armpit on the same, both armpits down. And throw that shin top of the mat. Right leg scooches a bit back. Third eye, and then down again. Knees outside the left ribs. Breathing in the nose. Good. Hands down. Let's step back. One more vinyasa tonight. You can do a few if you like. Lower down, up dog, down dog, and let's sit down. Yay. Once sitting, go ahead, straddle the legs out. Remember, sitting like this, it's still a little bit difficult, but it used to be extremely difficult for me. We're going to breathe in, reach up the center. We're going to breathe out and try to touch the right toes and back up. And on the out breath, left toes. So in breath is in the center, out breath on every downward side. Good, let's touch the ceiling and then arms down, bring the soles of the feet together. We're going to grab the small toes with the left hand so our left pinky is actually touching the mat likely. Right hand on top, sit up tall. You want to straight back to the crown of your head and feel tension in the arms as they get pulled down, and the arms are straight lines to the feet. You could butterfly the legs if you like, or just stay still. We'll take several breaths here. Upright. Whenever your next out breath happens, let's forward fold. We're going to push the elbows against the legs. And you can fold either the face towards the feet or lengthen out the heart towards the feet. And if you experiment with that, I would do the one that is more difficult for you, because that's probably what you need the most. So let's get that difficult stuff out of the way. Good. Up. Let's put the legs out in front of us, and you can shake them around a bit. We're going to reverse plank, so we need to put the hands, fingers pointing up towards the feet, but hands back behind us. As we lay back, they'll kind of be under the shoulders. We're going to point the toes as we lift the hips and look at the ceiling. And back down. Let's do our twist. We're going to bend the right leg. The foot that stayed out in front, you want the toes pointing up, even pulling a little bit towards your shin. But right leg is bent, left arm comes all the way over from the other side, grabs the leg, right hand behind you, 6 inches out from your tailbone, so it's kind of on the center line of your body. Then we pull the shoulder back and then gently look back as much as the head can go without too much fight. You can put the elbow outside if you like. You can remain just holding the leg. We'll breathe here. Good, let's switch. Right leg out, left foot in. Right arm grabs that left leg, left hand behind you. Sit up real tall. Bring the elbow outside again if you like. We'll breathe here. Good, back around. We will be on the tailbone if you want to double up the mat underneath the tailbone. We're going to do our core work. We'll do 5 as per normal. You can take it easy, which I might do tonight. Arms under the legs. We roll back. We're going to stay right here. You could also arms straight forward with the legs bent. You're starting to feel it a lot in the core when you do that. You could straighten the legs with the arms still forward or hands in prayer to the third eye or up towards the toes. Rotate the shoulders back. Good. Cross the legs, grab the shin, sit up tall. And 2 of 5. Back up. Find your space wherever you want to work with it. Cross the legs, sit up tall. Number 3, please. Find yours. Shoulders back. And then whenever you can get with the legs is great. Cross the legs, sit up tall. And 4. Cross the legs, straight that back to the crown of the head. And 5, last one. Good. Hugging the knees. If you roll up the mat, you can flip it out. I might be the only one that does that. And then we're going to do bridge or Urdhva Dhanurasana. So we'll be laying down. Feet on knees, 2 fists apart. Feet, not fart. Feet running straight forward, apart. And then the longest finger almost touches the heel. And we're going to lift the hips up and tuck the shoulders, intertwine the fingers, and push the arms against the mat. Those of you that want to do Urdhva Dhanurasana are welcome to. We're breathing. Good. Come on down. Bring the knees into the chest. Grab the shins and bring the nose up. And then we're going to go upside down. You're welcome to go against the wall and just put your feet up the wall and lay down for the next couple. Or you can come along. We're starting with plow first, which is up and over the head, legs straight, toes trying to fall towards the earth. So here we go. You can intertwine the fingers and push the arms down. We're going to breathe here. If the hands are not on the back, place them there now and lift the feet straight up into the ceiling. Weight is in the shoulders and the elbows. Looking at the toes, breathing in the nose. Bend the legs, bring the knees down towards your ears, reach back, grab the soles of your feet, and lower yourself into dead bug. Knees in the armpit, soles of the feet up on the ceiling. You could stay still, you could rock around. I think the head should stay down though. Great. Bring the knees into the chest. We'll bring the arms out like a T initially, head down. Let the knees fall to the right as you look to the left. Right hand could hold the knees down if you need that extra incentive. And then we look the opposite direction to the reaching hand. And back up, over to the other side. And looking to the right reaching hand. Good, back up, knees into the chest, and roll yourself up to a seated position. So we're going to take the next 5 minutes in a meditation. I'm going to use an actual yoga blanket today, which I never use, but to sit on. You could roll up your mat. I'm going to change the lighting in a moment, but let me get you all set up in meditation. So I like to sit on something raised up, and then the legs are still a bit crossed or a lot crossed. It's up to you. Intertwine the fingers, thumbs touching, down with the hands. Chin is slightly tucked, but an active straight back. Or you can also do one hand on top of the other, but again, thumbs touching. We're going to stay here for 5 minutes, as I said, becoming aware of the breath rising and falling in the body. So that sounds simple, but it's probably not. The body's breathing. We want to watch that like a cat watching a mouse. Very all attention. But if it's not happening where you'll keep getting distracted, you can breathe the body like we do in yoga. It's also good for you, just drawing the breath in, pushing the breath out. And if that's not getting you out of your mind enough, you can count the breath. When you get to 11, go back to 1. And like I said, we'll be here about 5 minutes. And let's bring the hands to the heart center and rub them together. Let's think about something we're grateful for. There's one thing. And arms all the way up like a big funnel. We're going to take a breath in as much as we can get through the nose. We'll breathe in more through the mouth if we can. We're going to hold the breath. We're going to hold the belly and the legs kind of clenched and tight. And then with the sound, we let everything out. You're living your dream. Don't miss it. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. I appreciate it. I love hanging out with you guys here on the internet and everywhere else that we get to hang out. It's danieloverberger.com. You can find the links to my Venmo and PayPal there to donate for these classes, which I greatly appreciate. We do this every Monday and Wednesday. And I hope that you enjoyed the Birth of Heavy Metal story that I started the class with. I'm going to stop the recording and hang on, here we go.